I'm Suzy, and I've been rowing since the end of 2016. I joined a learn to row course at a local club, and didn't realise how enjoyable it would be and how quickly I would get hooked by it. So in the first 2 years, I was pretty dedicated to rowing. And then when I moved house and moved country, I I really wanted to be able to keep it up and keep rowing. Although the options are somewhat different here, um, I'm I still think that I've got a love for the sport that I still want to explore. For a number of years, I hadn't had any coaching. I'd just had kind of friends and other rowing teammates who had kind of made comments or had made suggestions and tips whilst out on the water. I was rowing in the summer, maybe kind of 3 or 4 times a week as an absolute maximum, and I wasn't too sure how to get the best out of myself and to find the potential. I was rowing with other people in crew boats, but knew that I probably had a different level of desire to row than some other people in my club, and I wanted to do more. And I was excited to see where edge rowing could take me, with a bit more of a program, a bit more of a plan to it. I think my main hesitation when considering coaching and virtual coaching was how much could I take from that during my outings on the water and during kind of in the middle of a session when maybe I'm doubting myself or I'm thinking, am I doing this right? Or this is really tough, or this is really hard. The coach isn't going to be there standing next to me, giving me tips and giving me kind of encouragement. And I was wondering how edge rowing would feel in those moments. But the amount of interaction that I have with the coaches is really sufficient and is really good for that. I feel prepared when I get to those moments in a session. I'm never thinking I don't know what to do or I don't know what to do next. I always have a plan that takes me through the whole session, and I've always got things that are really clear for me to work on. So I think that those hesitations in terms of not having somebody, next to me on a launch, it's not something that I should have been worried about. From edge rowing, I think that the regular catch-up calls with my coach have been exceptionally helpful. I always feel as if I'm kept on track with those, and one coaching call leads on to the next one. It's been really interesting to look back over the coaching tips that I've had and the coaching that has happened over the months that I've been with edge rowing, because I can see a real flow through from one to the next. The tech reviews have been spectacular. Alan, my coach, has given me some great tech reviews that have looked at not just my technique in the boat or on the erg, but also in the gym as well. And that's been really reassuring to know that I'm on the right track in the boat and in the weights ring. I started with edge rowing. I had in mind the level of coaching and the level of programming that I'd done previously in my old club, and I knew that it fitted into that kind of time fitted into my daily life, and I really enjoyed that level of programming. But it has been flexible at times where things have been haven't fitted in quite so well with my lifestyle. I've been able to shift things down a bit, And when things were going really well, and I realized the potential of using edge programming, I discussed with my coach to kind of notch it up a level, and have had that discussion at that time. If I've taken too big a step on, where do I look to take things out of my calendar? And so it's been really flexible to suit the conditions, the availability of getting boats, and fitting things into my lifestyle. So it's been really flexible, and I've really enjoyed that. I think the one thing that I didn't necessarily expect but really impressed me was the opportunity to talk about menstruation and how that has an impact on training, the mental side and the preparedness, and how your body feels as well. So I think that was something that was a real big plus point, that when we were discussing that very early on, I was very impressed that my coach had really good knowledge, and the interest as well to consider all aspects of your kind of personal situation. So that was something that really stood out for me. I'd suggest having that open conversation with the edge rowing coaches to get more information, and if there is somebody from edge rowing that you know as an athlete, then talk to them as well. When I started with edge rowing, I thought that I'd kind of got to a point where I was either kind of at the best that I could be, or I didn't have much chance of getting better. I'd had quite a good winter season land training, and I'd put in a lot of effort and had made some good progress. And I thought, that's probably my limit, that's maybe where I'm going to be able to get to at this point in life. I felt quite proud of where I was at that point. But I've been really impressed with all aspects of edge rowing coaching, in terms of improving technique, improving enjoyment, improving just having fun and wanting to be in the boat more as well. And I thought I really loved rowing, but like the level at which I felt it really move on was fabulous. And I wasn't expecting that, and I've loved every moment of it. I've been going into challenges thinking, I'm going to do my best at this, and this was kind of pre-edge rowing. I would go into a challenge thinking, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try and improve on last time. I'm not sure whether that's going to be possible. I'm going to be happy if I can kind of maintain my focus and keep pushing on for as long as this challenge requires. And each time, I don't think I was doing badly, but all of the tools that edge rowing has given me have fed into that, and have just built my ability to do something more bigger and better than I was doing before. And it's seeing those little kind of incremental changes, being able to push on more. It's surprising, it's fascinating. I think, gosh, I thought that I had done as well as I could last time, and then when I'm repeating the challenges and thinking, gosh, I've gone even further, I've done even better, I'm surprised each time. So actually going into the next one, I think, well, let's surprise myself again. Let's do this. So there's something about that momentum building motivation as well. It not just having that motivation from thinking I want to attack this, but actually from thinking, well, last time I attacked it and I surprised myself, so let's attack it again and see how much more I can surprise myself. It's great. I'm loving it.